Hi, my name is Lindsay Hancock. I am representing Mercer University on the opposition side of this round. For a quick roadmap, I'm going to go with a debate theory argument followed by vagueness, source reliability, and on-case arguments. I'll begin with a quick loose debate theory argument. I believe the proposition speaker should have offered some sort of plain text in her original speech instead of just merely affirming the resolution. There is already a precedent for this, as one of the most popular forms of collegiate debate policy almost always includes a plain text to be debated. Additionally, NPDA-style parliamentary debate theory defines three types of resolutions that can be debated: fact-based resolutions, values-based resolutions, and policy-based resolutions where a plan must be offered. It is widely accepted that any resolution that encourages USFG action should be interpreted as a policy-based resolution. Since the resolution in this tournament has the USFG as the actor and includes the action word should, my opponent should have offered a plain text for debate and is being abusive by not doing so. By merely affirming the resolution, she limits me out of most of the stock issues arguments I can make here. Since there is no plan, I cannot discuss issues with inherency, solvency, or topicality, etc. She also limits me out of making counterplans and disads. This is unfair to me because it limits me out of arguments I was prepared to debate and forces me to broadly defend animal testing instead of attacking a specific plan text. Additionally, I will argue that a policy-based interpretation of the resolution is the best interpretation for the education of everyone in the round. We as debaters are the future policymakers of tomorrow, and discussing policies and plans in round is extremely educational. Instead of viewing this topic holistically, we could actually have some real education here by debating the best ways to end product testing on animals rather than bickering merely over the rightness or wrongness of it. Next, it is important to this round for me to point out that my opponent's speech is extremely vague. She does not offer any definitions for the round, which as the proposition speaker it is her burden to do. She doesn't tell me how she defines animals, what she means by the word ban, or what kinds of tests actually require the use of animals. Even more importantly, my opponent offers you no criterion concerning how you should weigh this round. How can a judge pick a winner and loser when he or she has no lens to view the round through? Since my opponent failed to offer a criterion, I will offer one of my own. I propose that we weigh this round on the criterion of utilitarianism, which is the greatest good for the greatest number of people. Additionally, I feel that I cannot proceed without discussing the unreliability of my opponent's one and only source. She bases her entire speech off a research paper written by a high school student at the California State Summer School for Math and Science. I hate to be picky about sources, but I think we can all agree that a paper written by someone who has not even yet attained their high school diploma is unreliable in this instance and should be tossed from the round along with all the claims that were gleaned from it. To have good debate, we must ensure that we are utilizing reliable sources. Next, I have a few responses to my opponent's first contention, the unethical treatment of animals. She argues that animal testing is cruel. However, we are currently witnessing a massive move toward more ethical animal testing. Most mainstream researchers engage in the 3 R's with animal testing, which stands for reduction, refinement, and replacement. Essentially, they ensure the highest level of animal well-being possible by reducing the number of animals they use to test, refining the tests to make them less painful and invasive, and replacing with synthetic testing mechanisms when viable. Animal testing is extremely well regulated and becoming more safe and comfortable for the animals involved. My opponent also makes the comparison that while we think animal testing is acceptable, human testing is unacceptable. However, this is fundamentally untrue. Medical testing on humans is widely accepted, and new weight loss, birth control, and prescription drugs are frequently tested on human sample groups. In response to my opponent's second contention concerning alternatives, I will argue that no alternatives are viable for the complete testing that our government agencies require. My opponent herself concedes that these methods are currently inaccurate. Scientists point out that these alternatives may be able to replace some of the early stages of animal testing, but cannot yet replace animals entirely. If my opponent truly advocates banning animal testing in the status quo, then she is advocating no longer being able to safely test products for human application and consumption. We must ensure the safety of the majority, living humans and the generations to come, over the minority of lab animals that are used in product testing. Thank you.